Well, Valentine's Day is all about love, and what better way to celebrate than with chocolate? From its rich history to irresistible desserts, we are diving into the sweet connection between chocolate and romance.
That's right. Joining us, we've got historian Rafi Andonian to share how chocolate became a symbol of love, and Nicole Kleber to show us a decadent chocolate cake that's perfect for Valentine's Day. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Hey, it's so sweet to be here.
So sweet to be here.
So, how did we begin to associate chocolate with love for Valentine's Day?
Well, chocolate comes from Mesoamerica, Central America, and it was long kind of associated with having this sort of potent power potion often offered to the gods. That sort of approach to it went over to Europe as well. When Europeans discovered it, they started adding sugar to it, but when it went over to royals and others in the colonial period, it was often associated with having this potency and this draw factor. But until a couple hundred years later, in the Victorian period, in the 19th century, is when that sort of attraction factor gets associated with Valentine's Day and love, and that's how you get, for example, kisses, which are where are my kisses? Right here. Of course, there they are, literally associated with love. Hershey's Kisses, chocolate and kisses. And these guys here, Lindt, were some of the early chocolate makers, and Cadbury was actually one of the first to make Valentine's Day chocolates in heart-shaped boxes. They still exist today, and they were some of the first to make hard chocolates, because chocolate used to be soft, or drink, mostly drink.
Drinking chocolate.
Some of the earliest hard chocolates associated with Valentine's Day and love for that magic potion.
Wow, look
How
at that.
interesting.
We still do it today.
We still do it here.
Yeah, that's right. So, talk to us about the cake.
Oh,
Nicole.
yeah, you brought us this cake.
So we are going to butter people up with citrus and chocolate. It's a perfect combination. This cake also actually has beets in it. So the beets does a few different things. It brings in like a vibrant red color, so it starts looking almost like a red velvet.
I totally just saw this as red velvet.
But it also brings a lot of moisture in the cake. You know, think of like carrot cakes. It also has oil and not butter, so it's extra moisture is there as well.
Yeah.
One tip when you're cooking chocolate cake is chocolate flavor cooks out really quickly.
Okay.
So you want to pull it out when it's almost underdone. The top will just be set, and the sides will be still sticking. The cake will be stuck to the side of the pan, but as it cools, it will break apart and it'll be fully cooked.
So did you take these things and then make that? Is that how you did this?
We did.
Okay.
So I'm going to put y'all to work today.
Yeah, please do.
Awesome.
So once you have that, we're going to add more chocolate into the cake layer, because this already has some chocolate and some citrus.
Yeah.
And this is orange juice, sugar, and chocolate boiled down a little, so it kind of makes a syrup. So it adds more citrus and it adds more chocolate. I will pour some on here, and I'll
do you want me to like
spread that on there?
Yeah, sure.
And actually, y'all can go ahead and taste it too if you want.
Oh,
There's some spoons. Give it a little bit to Mac over here. There's no dairy in that one.
Oh, thank you.
And then I will pour some on yours, and then you'll just spread it along. Now this does add some like sugar and stuff to it, which can make it really sweet. So you would also add nuts, which nuts cut sweetness, and it also gives you some texture, which is really nice. You can go ahead and spread that.
You.
Okay.
And then you will spread some icing on top of your layer.
Okay.
And
so just take this.
Top it with some walnuts over here, and then you have your cake all made. It does keep really well for a few days, just on the counter. Just seal it.
Oh my gosh.
And the Mac is going to get a piece of that one.
Thank you. Oh, cool.
Look at
and then
this.
we'll get you some walnuts over here.
Thank you. Okay, so you mentioned the kind of taking the cake out just before it's quite done. Do you have any other kind of tips on baking with chocolate?
So in chocolate, like a lot of times if you add coffee into chocolate baked goods, it brings out a lot of chocolate. This recipe does not have it.
Okay.
But that's also a good one. You also want to make sure like whatever chocolate you use doesn't have a lot of wax in it, because it eliminates some of the flavor, and sometimes you have some texture issues.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
If people want your recipes or interested in learning more from Noshings with Nicole, where do they do that?
You can go to noshingswithnicole.com, and this recipe is on there as well.
Okay.
It's all step by step on there. We also talk about some substitutions, or if there's ever a substitution that you would need specifically, just send me a message.
Now look at that right there. Looking into it, look how red it is. We're eating it here, but look at that slice right there.
Yeah.
And it's delicious. Absolutely. What's the title of the cake? What's it called?
It's chocolate orange beet cake. It's a Vivian Howard recipe. She's got a cookbook called Deep Run Roots.
Okay.
And she does a lot of flavors, like really bold flavors, things that you don't typically would associate together sometimes. But
Sure, yeah.
I taste
What'd you
that
think?
orange.
Oh,
I love
so
chocolate
good.
and orange.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Now she's
Great.
with Nicole. Thank you for joining us, Nicole. Rafi, for the history. We always love having you on.
Thank you.
So happy Valentine's Day.
Happy
Valentine's
I love
Day.
being here.
Love it.